Well, hello everybody. I thought I'd give a quick tour of what I'm up to today in the house. Well, in the house garden. So, you can see that these are chitting. This is just not too many. But if you buy shop-bought potatoes, they have a herbicide on them, and it's a herbicide that inhibits the growth of the shoots here, the spurs. But if you put them in a bucket of water for a couple of days and then dry them, they go straight into shoot. So I've got my Ciboulette Sauvage, it's wild chives, which I'll be planting today. And then potatoes have a way up. If ever you look, there's always one side that has like what we would have thought would be an eye, but it's not an eye. It's where it was connected to the mother plant, and then on the top has lots of eyes. So where there are more eyes, you want to poke them up on the old egg cartons there, and you'll get a fuckload of potatoes for free. Well, for cheap. So in the polytunnel here, this wants a lot of work. So I've just been storing a bit of rabbit shit. It's full of the old ash and junk and cardboard and everything. But that'll be going on the bottom of my new compost bin, and we'll get to that in a minute because that's the cool bit. So I'm just sorting out the polytunnel here. That was an old compost bin, and I've just sticked a load of old spent compost on top, which I've rescued from these bits, because underneath there is just more rabbit muck and old cut-ins and bits of junk, anything that can go in there. I'm growing a little bit of basil, what do you call it? I don't even know what it's called in English anymore. So doing that, so I'm going to be taking out this compost. These celeries have kept on. The chard's to keep it on. I keep this grass for the dog because he likes to have a little munch every now and then. I'm growing some willow for health reasons. It's very good for you. Then I should be digging this junk out and this junk out. I should probably be making that my new compost bin, household stuff, and let that rot down. And then again, it will get a dressing of this nice compost, and then the roots can do the good stuff. I'll be planting some of these lettuces in there, because that's, again, loads of junk, but there's quite a bit of compost in there. So this compost that I'm digging out, and all these old stems, it was too cold this winter for aubergines to be kept, so is what it is. But anyway, the interesting bit is the 1 year's worth of compost. Now, when I first pulled that a pallet away, it was just full of worms, and I guess it still is. They've just said a bit bright light. Anyway, I mean, that's had loads of my pee in it from pretty much every night, and straw and all the vegetable cuttings that don't go to the animals, and eggshells and ash and cardboard and toilet paper centers and leaves and just old junk and anything and everything goes in there. My hair, that's my beard in there. So my plan is to shave off a level, and that will go here on the bottom, and I've got loads of old cardboard as well in the house, so that will go on the bottom. And then all of these old stems and roots from the aubergines and chili peppers and that, all of this junk, because they'll take quite a while to rot down, they'll go on the bottom. All of that will go on the bottom, and then I'm good to start a new one once I've finished the other one, like I say. And then all of that muck I've got to weirdly move out and move all these avocados and pelargoniums and everything out, and then I shall build, hopefully today, with the few pallets that I've got, just a little little bed just for the tomatoes. This is only going to be for a few tomatoes. I bought half as many tomatoes this year as I did last year, because I think what I'm doing in actual fact is I overcrowded last year, and I feel like I shot myself in the foot. I actually genuinely feel like I shot myself in the foot. It's killing me today, but I've got to crack on. And so I'd rather have a fewer amount of tomatoes that do really well, and than just buy loads that don't do very well en general. Then I've recuperated all of these marigolds from the village. So these will just be going everywhere to entice the bees. And I think that's not a bad day's work then. You see, then what I can do, sorry, is with that good compost, I'll be able to, right, starting from the beginning, I'll build the little boxes for the tomatoes, put all of that rabbit shit and stuff in cardboard in the bottom, and it's full of worms, and then with all this good compost, I'll mix with the old spent compost that's over there, and then we'll fill those up, and then we'll let that sit for, well, the tomatoes will be arriving in week 16. And so my thoughts are the worms will get going. It's starting to get warmer now. The night wasn't very cold. It was 4 degrees last night, and it's currently 21 degrees, something like that. So that'll all just give it a nice base, and it'll get rid of all that cardboard in my house. And then whatever compost is left there, I'll be able to bring back into here and just mix all of the bugs and the mushroom, the fungus and the bacteria and everything, to just bring a bit of life into these beds. And with that, you see, I have a perpetual supply of living compost in place. And with that, every year it will just get better and better and better, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to buy compost, and the plants will thank me for it. So these are black currants that I've rescued, and yeah, I think it won't. I hope it's going to be a good year this year, but I think in the years to come, when things get even harder, because I mean, obviously the war's not fucking finishing yet anytime soon, and no one seems to be doing anything about. Anyway, never mind all the politics bollocks. I will be prepared. They can do what the fuck they want. And then I'll do a video soon with all the seeds that I bought, and I'll explain why I'm not keeping seed at this stage. And I'll be talking about what we're going to be planting this year, if anyone cares. But I think this was quite interesting. That was quite interesting. That is absolute gold dust. That is absolute gold dust for the house. And so if the tomatoes fail this year, well, they won't. They didn't fail last year, and I was overzealous. But this year they'll do. So all these pallets have got to go up. This is going to either be the structure of the rabbit cages there, the clapier, and for the raised bed on the garden number 3, like I said. And then I've got to desperately try and fix this bastard. I just don't know where I am. Oh, the other thing I'm going to be doing is up on the balcony there in the guttering, I get a huge amount of water. So I'm going to put I've got a big blue barrel. That will be going there. And then I shall put that water connector to the toilet, so that the flushing the toilet will be free. Which I'm quite looking forward to doing. Alright, adios amigos.